In 2024, a new brand appeared on AliExpress. I promptly purchased a black dial field watch. Today, even after many arguments with customer service, I have a Tudor diver homage in my hand. If you want a major brand homage watch, have an address that they will deliver to, and if you can find them, maybe you can buy a LANS.T.B. Hello and good morning, good afternoon or good evening. Welcome to the Wristwatch News channel. I'm Nick and today we are going to be reviewing a LANS.T.B homage of a blue dial, blue bezel, black bay, Tudor homage. This is not the watch I ordered. This is the watch I ordered. And this is what I got. You can see how they got the two mixed up. I mean, they are practically identical. If you're new to the channel, we like to review watches, watch-related content, accessories. So if that's your bag, then, take a seat. You're in the right place. Returning subscribers, thank you for joining me for another review. You have an impeccable taste when it comes to reviewers, I have to say. So not the watch I ordered, but is it any good? Let's have a look at it. What you get if you buy a LANS.T.B, you actually get a pretty nice box. The delivery box is even branded with a LANS.T.B logo. And wish all the best wishes for you, which I guess is their way of saying I hope you like it. Inside the delivery box, we have a rectangular box with a black cardboard sleeve. Pull the sleeve off and we have a faux leather slide-out presentation box, which is branded and is coloured in a way to me that is reminiscent of Rolex. Pull the slide out and we have a felt lined box with a cushion for the watch to sit on, and the watch came on this branded leather hand tag as well. Pull out the tray and underneath there's the links I've removed. I've removed 3 links to get the watch to fit my 6.75 inch wrist. There's a high quality screwdriver included, but only 1. And the way the links are removed on the bracelet means you need 2. So it's a nice touch, but if you didn't already have a suitable screwdriver, you won't be adjusting the bracelet out of the box. An instruction manual, which is also very nice, with a fabric embossing to the card. Unusually, it states that it's instructions for a saturation diving watch, which is odd considering the watch stated water resistance is only 200 meters. And there's also an unsigned warranty card. The instruction manual is also slightly larger than the hole at the bottom. Overall, it's a nice package, but it does have the feeling of being off the shelf, which is also a running theme with the watch itself. On to the stats now. So I can't actually find this colorway on the LANS.T.B AliExpress official store, weirdly enough. There is a black gold BB58 looking homage, which has a model number of QH308020, and it's got the same dimensions. Looking at the pictures, I'd say it's the same watch, it's just a different colorway. And you can also pick up the same watch, both colorways, from the Reef Tiger store, and they're coming under the same model number, so I'm guessing exactly the same. 316 stainless steel case and bracelet. It's a 41mm case. It's 13mm thick, including the domed crystal. We've got lug-to-lug of 48mm. Crown measures 6.9mm. We've got lug width of 20mm, with the bracelet tapering from 20 to 16 and then back up to 18 at the clasp. Weight with all the links is around 148 grams. It's powered by the Seiko NH35, running at plus 25 seconds per day. Stated factory tolerances of the NH35 are plus 40 to minus 20 seconds per day, so it is within factory tolerance. 200 meters water resistance, and we've got a box sapphire crystal with blue AR on the underside. The case has a slim profile even at 13mm, thanks to a high polish undercut running lug to lug, giving you the impression that the case is thinner than it is. Also adds a level of comfort on the wrist as well. High polish chamfer running lug to lug on the top of the case, with satin brushing on the sides and the top of the lugs. The satin brushing on the lugs flows diagonally. The end links fit well into the case with no play. The end links do have a little protrusion from the second link, and so on my wrist, which is 6.75 inches, it sort of protrudes slightly. If my wrist was over 7, I'd say that protrusion would be easily mitigated. A rivet style bracelet, which is true rivet style, just with screw rivets for easier resizing. Separate parts of the links and the high polish side to the pieces. Double push-up clasp with LANS.T.B logo, which is a rectangular medallion embossed into the clasp. 4 holes are micro adjust, milled clasp and innards, and it's all got quite tight tolerances. It's all quite done well. Plain sterile Rolex style case back, nothing to really talk about there. 120 click unidirectional bezel with a gear tooth style edge. The bezel is firm with minimal back play. However, it is quite sharp on top, and I found that it will catch on a jacket sleeve, rotating the bezel a few notches. It's also misaligned by 1 click. The matte ceramic insert is very nice, with silver filled numerals and a decent lume pip at 12. Box sapphire crystal on the front with plenty of blue AR on the underside. The blue dial has what LANS.T.B are calling an embossed velvet finish. I'd say on this blue dial I have here, it looks more like suede, but I really do like it. I think it works well with the style of watch. BGW9 style lume fills the circular indexes apart from 6, 9 and 12, which are rectangles, and a triangle respectively. Hard to spot it, but it is a frame date window at 3. LANS.T.B applied logo above the pinion, which was put on by someone who was standing on a wobble board at the time of application. White printed minute track around the outside of the dial, and 200 meters, 660 foot automatic, also printed in white below the pinion. Signed screw down crown with a laser etched star, which isn't prevalent anywhere else on the branding, so it is a little bit out of place. The crown doesn't have a pop either, so if you try to manually wind the crown, it will start to re-thread to the case. Otherwise, the movement operation of the NH35 inside is pretty good and doesn't feel gritty at all. Tudor style snowflake hands with BGW9 style lume, which appear to be very well finished. Alright, onto the Lume Test now, and I've got the LANS.T.B up against the San Martin GMT SN0129, and for a laugh I've popped in the Nvidia Gretchen Chrono King. Filmed over 10 minutes, which is about 5 to 6 hours roughly human eye time, and surprisingly, to me anyway, the LANS.T.B beats the San Martin. Both still visible, but I'd say the LANS.T.B is slightly sharper at the end. The Chrono King, well, we won't talk about the Chrono King. Alright, so we're on to the good, the bad, and the ugly now. So the good, as mentioned earlier, all the individual parts are very well made. The satin brushing on the case is really well done, and the undercut is very smooth. The dial texture is lovely, as is the matte ceramic bezel. However, they're not color matched, which could be an issue to some. I like it myself. 200 meters of plain water resistance is decent. The sharpness on the top of the bezel and the crown. The bezel insert and dial, as I said, aren't color matched, which could be an issue for some. My personal pet hate, it's got blue AR and quite a bit of it, so it is quite strong when the light hits it in a certain way. And then it's got a sterile case back. I know it's cost saving and most people wouldn't consider sterile case back bad, but they could at least, I don't know, put the watch model number there, model number on there or something. The ugly, the LANS.T.B logo is laughably wonky, and the bezel is misaligned by 1 click. I bought a Tudor Black Bay 58 from Watches of Switzerland, which had the exact same misalignment. I can only assume the watch that went into the photocopier was from the same batch. I like to take a punt on new brands that pop up on AliExpress. I was one of the first to review Rimalti and IX&DAO or IX&DAO. So when I saw LANS.T.B pop up with a pretty nice looking field watch, I thought, hey, I'll give this a go. As has been established, I wasn't sent the field watch, and I also ended up having to pay VAT twice as customs charged me, and I was also charged a purchase as per current UK AliExpress rules. So I ended up paying $200 for what was supposed to be a $140 watch, which I wasn't too happy about. I complained to AliExpress, who were about as helpful as a chocolate teapot. Here's a response I had after spending hours with different customer service agents and chatbots. And the official LANS.T.B store has now blocked me in some way, it seems. If I try to add a watch to my cart, it states it cannot be shipped to my address. I can still purchase LANS.T.B watches from AliExpress, but I have to now do it through the Reef Tiger store instead. Its black and gold counterpart that is showing on the official store, LANS.T.B store, is currently $200 in a Choice Day sale, marked as being $218 outside of the sale. So although I paid closer to $200, I suppose I've actually paid how much this watch was worth, as rather than what it would have been. Looking at the range they have on offer, you've got Rolex, Blancpain, Seiko, and of course Tudor homages, which are very close in the design language to the watches being homaged, but the specs are actually different, such as the case here being 41mm, and the Rolex Explorer homage having quite a bright pink dial, things like that. Overall then, this is a very decent watch. It reminds me of the early San Martin offerings, well made, but with some slight issues with sharpness and the odd QC issue. 2 years ago, I'd probably be saying that this was a fantastic buy, but today we have many AliExpress brands with great quality and who are on top of their QC game. The watch initially gave me the impression that it had been put together from a high quality parts bin, but after spending time with the watch, I'm thinking LANS.T.B have likely had different manufacturers do different parts for them and then put it together, which would explain why the case is finished better than the bezel. Of course, this wasn't the watch I ordered, so I may have received a sample watch by accident, and all the other LANS.T.Bs could be fully QC'd and spot on. But saying that, it doesn't bode well that I didn't receive the watch I'd actually ordered in the first place. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining me for this review of a LANS.T.B Tudor homage. Is LANS.T.B a new contender in the AliExpress watch space for quality watches? I'm not so sure. If the issues on this watch are a one-off, then it's a quality watch. It's really well made. Each individual part is very well made. Got that bit of sharpness on the bezel and the crown, but otherwise, that's about, those are the only complaints when it comes to quality. Of course, it has got that parts bin feel to it, and there's those, niggly issues with the bezel being a click off, and that LANS.T.B logo being a little bit wavy. If you can pick one up in the sale, I think it could be worth a punt if you are looking for that particular style of watch. I have to admit, I really like the pink dial Explorer that they've got there. I have no problem wearing pink, and of course Tudor have not long released the pink dial Chrono, so it gives pink dials that little bit of brand cachet at the moment. If you have liked this video, please like and subscribe. If you plan on picking up a LANS.T.B, please use my affiliate link in the description. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help the channel keep going. There will be affiliate links also for watches I mentioned in the video, and also a few watches that I either own, that I like, or ones I'm interested in picking up. I'll put a few links in there as well. So cheers again for joining me, and remember, always love it when a plan comes together. Cheers.